see a lot of familiar faces out here. It's really refreshing, especially this early on a Friday morning. I really want to say thank you guys so much for including CISS with your BingoBASH. In fact, I was giving a tour yesterday to a potential donor on our capital campaign in our agri-hood, and she comes up, she sees the BingoBASH sign, and she immediately said, "Can I take this?" I'm like, "Yes." So she's taking it back to her office, but she loves bingo, and so you struck a chord with her right off the bat, which was exciting. But I'll really quickly, I was told I only get 3 minutes. I told him he needed to put me on a timer because I love a microphone. But honestly, you guys, our food insecurity, what a lot of people don't know is downtown Des Moines is actually considered food insecure. The central Iowa area has several hotspots where food insecurity goes well beyond those that we serve within our emergency shelter. And I'll give you just a couple of interesting data points. Harvard School of Social Work recently does a study every 2 years. Des Moines and West Des Moines are included in those studies. And 35% of the people living in those skyscrapers behind you are actually considered rent burdened. 17% are concluded to be excessively rent burdened, which means they're spending more than 50% of their income on rent. So if you're having to make a difficult decision between putting food on your table and paying rent, it's critical that we continue to highlight the importance of simplifying that system, making it easy for people to access the food so that they don't have to make that decision and their children continue to have healthy, nutritious food on the table. I'll give you anyone here eat healthy? The cost between a pound of tomatoes, right, or strawberries right now, and a bag of chips, right? There is a correlation between the food that we put into our bodies and our mental health and our substance abuse. And so we want to make sure that whether it's in our emergency shelter, in one of our 10 meal sites, or just providing free food through our agri-hood, that people have the healthy choice in front of them to be successful, not just at 7 o'clock in the morning on a Friday, but for the rest of the day as well. So that the food coma at 2 o'clock doesn't take place. So in our particular facility, we actually, come please see it if you haven't been down there. We have a gorgeous 3,600 square foot greenhouse in the backyard of the shelter. We produce our own vegetables and fruits specifically for our meal program, but then we have this really amazing food truck that actually goes around to 3 different farmers markets. And for every fish taco I sell or vegetable I sell, I give it away for free in one of our low-income neighborhoods here in the metro. And so what we do is individuals living in our emergency shelter work in our farm, in our greenhouse, in our agri-hood. That food goes to our kitchen, it goes to our food pantry, and it goes to our food truck. If you are a restaurant owner, we'd love to sell to you. So if you ever want to purchase our food, you can come on down, get a tour, and we will grow specifically for you. In fact, we have a recent individual who came down for a tour who's interested in growing cilantro for the restaurant. So we're trying to do the math on how much cilantro do I have to grow. It's a lot, just so you know. So in our greenhouse, we actually get 13 grow cycles, and so we're actually able to produce the equivalent of a 25-acre farm right here in our building in that 3,600 square feet. It's significant. So your impact helps go a long way to helping people get back to work and to create that food secure community that we know we can do as a state. So thank you all so much. If you have any questions, I'll stick around for a little while too. Okay?